What is up? Hold on. Let me run the video. All right, we got the video in. I'm here with Kurt. What is up? NBA Rundown brought to you by runpuresports.com. Kurt, only a 3-game slate today, but we're going to break it down, and we're going to do it in a quick, efficient fashion. How have things been working for you? Have you been crushing World Cup? Have you been crushing EuroLeague? What's been going on in the life of Kurt?
Not much. I was able to just take in so much basketball last night. I watched all the college, all the NBA. I didn't move from my couch for like 3.5 hours. It was nice. It was really nice to kind of just get, because I'm trying to get back into full basketball mode because I know football's coming to an end. So I really need to do my scouting reports and stuff. So it was nice. Had a good day. Ready to get back at it. It's only a 3-gamer today, but we got some EuroLeague going on. Then we got the NFL back tonight. So it's a full day for sure. But I really like this slate. We got a lot of injury news to monitor, but it's a fun one.
Yeah, a ton of injury news, and I just pulled it up. And, of course, the biggest culprits are the Miami Heat. Let's talk about the Clippers and the Heat. The Clippers, of course, fall in overtime to the Orlando Magic yesterday. Now it's a back-to-back. My numbers actually like the Clippers here, but I don't want to take them off that back-to-back, especially going into Miami. Luke Kennard probable, Marcus Morris probable, Kawhi Leonard doubtful. Why don't they just say he's out? He's not going to play. Norman Powell's still out. John Wall's probable. He didn't play last night, so he'll probably play tonight. Paul George is in, but we can't trust anything here. Kyle Lowry's out for sure. Jimmy Butler's questionable. Max Strus probable. Tyler Hero probable. Hayward Highsmith's in. Thanks for letting us know about that. Gabe Vincent's out for sure. Dwayne Dedmon's questionable. Duncan Robinson probable. Jovic is in for sure. And Oladipo's probable. A lot of probable people here. I expect most of them to play. Like I said, I had an edge on the Clippers, but I didn't even feel like playing it. It's like, what am I even projecting? How can you accurately account for all these injuries? And then I had a play to the over here as well. That one seemed a little better for me because I feel like you're betting on more pace than the actual players and the sides there. So I do like the over in this game. Kurt, what are your thoughts as the Los Angeles Clippers? Let me see if this line's moved at all. It was 6 earlier. Total's 214.5. I like the over 214.5. And let me see where we are at. Come on, bookmaker, pull back up for me. Now the Miami Heat are -5.5. What are your thoughts?
I like that. I'm over with you now. But Kyle Lowry's out, so I think it will kind of speed it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think Butler's gonna. I really like the price on Butler for DraftKings, but I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go everything what you said. I like Miami side with Butler back. He's gonna get up for this game, and the over too, because I think it's gonna be a little bit more fast tempo. So give me the same thing you just said, and for DFS. This just feels like one of those spots where like Jimmy just comes back and then all of a sudden he drops 50 at 8,600. And it's like, oh, okay. It's just like clockwork with him. He gets priced down and then he just goes nut on like these shorter slates. So love Jimmy. Tyler Hero is obviously in play. If you need $900, I like Tyler Hero too. Just a lot of good value from this Miami team too. Well, yeah. Not as far as cheap guys, but you're one of your mid-tier and spend-ups. I really like them here.
Yeah, and I figure the pace will be close to the same regardless of who is in and out here. But, Jimmy Butler's questionable amongst a bunch of probables. So we'll see. And, of course, stay tuned to the Run Pure Sports. Hey, I don't know if they're having the premium show tonight, so you're just going to have to be in the Discord checking those cores. But we're going to adapt to that news as we see it. Did you watch the Clippers play the Magic last night? Because I laid the 6 or 7. I can't remember what it was. One of the two. First half seemed easy. I flipped over. Wasn't even paying attention. I already counted it as a win. I flipped back in like the fourth quarter because my other games were at halftime, and it's a super close game. Magic ended up pulling it out. Did you see any of that?
That was legitimately the only game I didn't have eyes on. I didn't give a fuck about that game.
Yeah. My guy Clyde says Clippers only travel from Orlando to Miami, but the thing is you're landing in Miami. So – I'm sure those guys went out and had a good time, even off the loss. So, what were your other takeaways from last night?
First of all, I was like a kid in a candy store. So many damn games. I had the college games on 2 TVs, and I had my 2 iPads with the 2 NBA games for my streams, and just overwhelmed. That's a vague question. Shit, you have to ask me something more particular. I'm literally so ADHD. Okay. I was like cracked out.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Lakers Raptors was nothing. What were some other takeaways? Oh, we got to talk about
I
the
kind of
Celtics
thought
smashing the Suns. I mean, they're by far the best team in the
it's
NBA.
crazy. Yeah, that had me
It's
so
stupid.
giddy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like everything just looks, and all facets of the game, we just look, wow, it's
You're
awesome.
a Celtics fan?
Yeah.
Well, let's hope that the greediness of the owners and the sports books doesn't get in the way of this team, because they're by far the best team in the NBA. I think the only reason they won't win is injury, but they got to make it another. It's only December 8th. So what's up, Richie Small? Smash that like button. We're here every day, Monday through Friday. Appreciate the support from everyone. I'm trying to think what other takeaways. The Baby Warriors blow the game against the Jazz. That was another one. I like the Jazz. I usually take the Baby Warriors in those spots too. I should just.
How about my EuroLeague boy Simon Fatunci getting a lot of burn for the Jazz last night? That's a EuroLeague guy. He's
that's who that guy is.
He's been on two of my EuroLeague shippers.
Yeah, I see. I saw him dropping threes and acting like he was the man, and
he does that, man. He has a swagger.
That was a tough one. I'm trying to think what other games I flipped through last night. I had eyes on the Timberwolves and the Pacers. Timberwolves.
I had a lot of Gobert and Anthony Edwards, so I had eyes on that one too. I was loving everything.
They almost blew that, but they come back and they get the win there.
Yeah,
that was nice for them. So overall, it was a pretty good night in the association. So there you go. We just gave you your take on the Clippers and the Heat. We both like the over. I should have waited. It's now down to 213. Unbelievable. All right, the Houston Rockets are -1.5. In San Antonio, taking on the Spurs. Totals 230 here. I had this game like pretty much close to right on the total. I had the Rockets winning by 1, and I had the game right at 230. So it was tough for me to find a spot here. But, if we're just going off the top of my head, why would I not take the Rockets here? The Spurs have been bad, and the Rockets have at least shown flashes of being a team that's ready to compete with their current core. Talk me out of taking the Rockets here. Can you?
KPJ questionable?
Does that matter that much for that team?
I don't think it does. It doesn't.
For DFS it does, but for betting, I don't think it matters.
Yeah, for betting, I'm not sure it really does, especially against these Spurs. I mean, they don't have Devin Vassell, so I mean, it's like it's a wash. I would just go with whatever your thing's popping out, honestly.
Well, it didn't pop anything, but I think I'm gonna just take the Rockets for fun.
It's one of those things. Like, go with your gut if you're gonna bet it for fun. I'm not gonna go out my way to bet it.
All right, total 230 here. What are your thoughts?
I don't really mind the under. I'm going to lean the under.
Okay. When we're looking at DraftKings, who do you like here?
A lot. So if KPJ is ruled out, I think we got
Green smash spot, Şengün smash spot, right?
Yeah, Şengün smash spot. I mean, because the thing about Şengün is he's going to have a little bit more usage without KPJ. The minutes probably still the same, but what's really nice is that like no one on the Spurs side, I don't want to jinx it, they shouldn't get him in foul trouble.
No,
they don't really have like a dominant big man, so like that's huge for Şengün. I mean, Keldon Johnson has been his rates without Vassell on the court this year are just insane. So great mid-tier option there. Trey Jones the same way. You can take a stab on some of these bigs like Roby or Basti, but I really just feel like all these guys are just like Collins got in foul trouble, but still like I think they're just going to all have like even minutes. I don't think there's going to be like someone clearly crushing, so they're going to have to be pretty productive when they're out there. And for the Rockets, I think you're going to have an interesting situation as far as who they start first of all for KPJ, because it started Deshaun Nix a couple times, big fat guy. He's not too fat, but he's pretty round for an NBA player. And then Ty Washington, I think Ty got called back up. I'm not sure I care if he starts or not. Honestly, I think I might just take the stab on him because I honestly might prefer him to not share the court with Green. Mm-hmm. So Ty is someone to watch. I liked him at Kentucky. Anyone else we didn't mention here that's really, I mean, you got any eyes on anyone? I don't really like, man. Oh, Eric Gordon. He's been terrible this year, but 3.9 if you want a starter.
Yeah.
He's there. Oh, Jabari Smith. He's actually been hitting shots. He's 5K now. Like, yeah. I mean, this might be a spot where I actually kind of attack Jabari a lot. You can, and I don't mind going Jabari, Şengün, and Green. Like, I don't hate it. So,
all right. Well, yeah, we'll have to tune in. Like I said, it really depends on how much heat the value shows up in that Heat game. how you
Well,
approach
another thing is I'm
it. If everyone
really
plays
making.
in the Heat game, this is the most attractive game to me.
Yeah, exactly. I agree, and I really am prioritizing Jokic on this slate. So like these, I'm definitely getting a cheap piece from Houston.
All right. Let's talk about the Jokic game. Denver Nuggets are +1. Another game I had really close. I had a slight edge to the over. It's 227.5. I projected the game around 230. Wasn't really enough for me to love it. On an 11-game slate, I'd right past that by. That'd be the lean. Move on a 3-game slate, you take a little closer look. Really interesting spot here for two teams that have really good records, even though they can really look unimpressive on the floor. We bet the Nuggets the other night against the Mavericks. They're absolutely disappointing, but they have a really good record so far. Same with the Trailblazers. There's nights they look absolutely terrible, but their record's pretty good as well. They've been getting some wins. Trailblazers at home, that's a big home court advantage for both these teams. Nuggets have never traditionally been good on the road. My model had this pretty much coming pretty close on the side. Had a slight edge to the Nuggets there to take the Nuggets money line, but I didn't like that. In my head, I like the Blazers at home to get things done. It just feels like that they're just so Jokic dependent. The second he goes to the bench, the Blazers are going to go on a run. I don't know if the Nuggets can overcome that. Jokic and Jokic is obviously a good little rivalry there too as well. I think that could give Portland a little bit of an edge too. I think Nurkic will be up for this one. Especially on the defensive end. So even though my model likes the Nuggets, I like the Blazers. Just looking at the game, what are your thoughts?
I'm going the Nuggets, and I think it's the X factor is really what's his name? Malone just has to just keep trusting Bones, especially without MPJ. They need that spark. They need that guy that can just be an absolute bucket. Like they don't have Casey. Like is Casey? Is he back?
I'll look right now.
Regardless, though, like MPJ is definitely not. He's what probable.
Yeah.
That's nice. So I'm going to lean the Nuggets. Portland whipped their ass early in the season. I think, like I said, the X factor will be Bones. Him coming in and just getting a bucket is key. I think they'll have something for him. I don't really look too much about past gains, but I don't know. I'm leaning Nuggets here. I just don't think Portland will have enough for him. Josh Hart's probably going to play. I did the showdown playbook for this as well, so if y'all want to peep that, I have like half.
Dame's not playing, is he?
Dame's playing. Last I checked.
Oh, he is?
Last I checked, I'm not. Unless you got news.
I love Portland then.
Oh yeah, see, I'm still on the Nuggets.
Okay.
Still on the Nuggets, but I mean, I get it. Like they're at, like it's a 1-point spread and they're at home, so I think I wouldn't be surprised if the sharp money is on Portland. But I'm going the Nuggets here. Okay. I think Nurkic gets in severe foul trouble, and I don't think Eubanks is going to do much to stop Jokic. And I think he's going to be able to pass it out, and they're going to be hitting and knocking down their shots. KCP's back, like I said, Bones in the rotation, him being a bucket. And Aaron Gordon against Jeremy Grant. I mean, that's a tough matchup for Grant. And, I mean, if you get Nurkic in foul trouble, now it's just the guards to do the thing, which they will, but they can't do everything. So I'm going to go to the Nuggets there. For DFS, I'm going to contradict myself, but I kind of do think Lillard's a decent – I mean, it's a 3-game slate. You got to get weird somewhere. I don't think Lillard's going to be projecting that way. Yeah, he's not even projected 5X, so he's not going to be that popular tonight. Dame can go for 60 at any time. In this game environment, which is so tasty, you could definitely take a shot on Dame. I think Simons is out of the question at that price. But, KCP, if you want to just rely on those corner threes. I really like Jamal Murray. I think it could be kind of like doing pianos with Jamal Murray and Dame Lillard. I think that would be a fun game to watch. So I definitely watch some lineups like that.
All right. Well, it's going to be a quick show for us today, guys. A quick slate. We might, because I'm so busy during December, we might not do Thursdays for the next couple of weeks, but I'll talk to Kurt off the air about that and get with Tyler. Maybe it'll be Tyler and Kurt going a little later. We'll see how it's going. But just wanted to give you our thoughts there on these quick games. Remember, guys, we're just here. We're giving this out to you. Of course, the premium members are going to get all the best content, but we're here for you. All we ask in return is the thumbs up. So, Kurt, I know it's quick. I know it's fast, but we still got to give them the best bet. What's your best bet for today's side total or prop?
I'm gonna double down on my Nuggets take. Give me Nuggets money line.
All right.
Can we do? Let's just do. Just to add some little bit of juice to it. So Jokic double, Nuggets to win, some shit like that.
Sounds like a plan there. I'm going to go ahead and take the over on the Clippers in the Heat game as the biggest one that the projections go. I was kind of talking through these games, but hey, I'd rather have something where it's aligned, where it's what I see as well as the numbers projected, and that's what I feel like we have in the Clippers Heat. Regardless of the injury news, I feel like you're betting pace there, and I feel like we'll get. It's not like going to be a high pace, but look, I got a total of 230, a total of 227, and then 213. 213. Yeah. So
I like it.
yeah, it's a good fantasy question here. Normally, I would try and dive into this, but there's in a individual league, there's so many different. He basically says, "I have KD. I'm trying to trade for Tatum in the redraft. What do you add?" I mean, it's just so league dependent and how your team already looks. But yeah, and they're giving you props for not even looking at the lines for your picks. But hey,
I did. Well, I always make you all wait on it. Can I guess what that is though? I'm gonna guess like plus
180.
180.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Because I always have you all wait and let me look, so I just didn't want to have you look. I'm gonna end up betting it because, I mean, it's just who I am. I'm not gonna say something I don't bet. But
all right, well,
I do want to see what it is though now because you brought it up.
Right.
Let me see. Let's see if I can pull it up quick.
You check on that. I'll plug what's going on for us tomorrow. Tomorrow, Kurt will be back. We'll be talking touchdowns. It'll be a much longer show because we're going to go through the full NFL slate, and then AP Tyler and I will do the NBA rundown, and we'll see how that goes for you guys. But hey, quick show today, guys. Like I said, we're going to reevaluate just because I got so much going on with the Christmas rush. Working UPS, I might not be doing these Thursdays any longer, but if we do, they'll be quick. We'll give you the information. Most important, we'll give you the winners there. Yeah, boy, it's going to be tough to get Tatum right now if you're drafted in a standard league. Kurt, did you what caliber player? You're going to have to give him another close to all-star caliber player, I would guess, because Tatum. Okay, if it's a single year league, then it'd be like a below all-star level. But if it's like a dynasty, you're gonna have to give up so much because Tatum's gonna dominate for the next 5 years. KD's probably got like 3 years left for tonight. NFL pick for tonight. I didn't love the game, and I'm a Raiders fan, so it was tough for me to get involved there. Raiders should win.
Plus 144.
Plus 144. Yeah. Well, okay. If it's redraft, then I would say like that tier right below all-star caliber player, like a Jeremy Grant. I'm trying to think of someone else who's good that's not all-star. Mikal Bridges, a guy.
What about like a young guy who has promise, like Sengun or like Jabari Smith, someone like that?
Yeah, or someone like that. So,
especially if the other guy likes him. Like if the other guy is like thinks Sengun's like a god, I think you can get away with maybe giving KD and Sengun. Maybe. Yeah,
I think Sengun would be good. So he said he's got Chris Paul, Beal, and Smart to add in there. I don't know if any of those are going to sweeten the pot enough just because of injury concerns. If you get rid of CP3, I would do it, but we'll see how much he plays. But all right, there you have it for us. Kurt and I will be back tomorrow talking touchdowns. Quick show today, but the winners are still there. Kurt likes the Nuggets, Jokic double plus win. I'm taking the over in the Heat and the Clippers. Siakam was probably too much, but that's probably what you're going to have to give up. If you can get away with Beal, I would do that. That would be a steal because who knows how much Beal's even going to play. There you have it. That is it for us. We will be back tomorrow. Give us that thumbs up. Thank you everyone for watching. RunPureSports.com. Run Pure.